name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I have watched what's the name? The Suicide Squad. You know, it's always an important part of YouTubing, of doing a review of something, to remember what you're reviewing. I've been watching Suicide Squad. I watched Suicide Squad on Friday when it came out, and I have to tell you, I quite liked it. I think I recommend this. It's worth your time. It's worth your money. In fact, you know, I paid $15 to get my month subscription at HBO Max. Totally worth it. 100% worth it. I might actually go to the cinema to watch it with my kids because it's really just a fun cinematic experience. So, like, yeah, it's worth your money. I maybe even quite a bit more. If I go to the cinema, I guess another $50 I'm dropping of it. 50, and so yeah. So that, I think that's an endorsement, right? Yeah. Keep in mind, I am a Jewish guy, you know. So I'm saying spending more money. That's a bit of an endorsement. Fine. Before we get into it, hit the like button. That'll be fantastic. Double dosey. Thank you very much. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Hit that subscribe button. And if you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube, not a big fan of people subscribing, so hit the subscribe button anyway. Although they've left me alone for about a week. It hasn't been a week. It's been about 4 days that they haven't taken subscribers off me that I noticed anyway. And we've gone through the roof. We're doing very, very well. So thank you very much. I'm up to 3,100 subscribers. So yeah, that's fantastic, double dosey. As I said, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. I have 92 comments I need to answer. It's like, that's a lot. Like, normally I have a fair amount, but that's more than normal. If you take the trouble to comment, I will endeavor to reply. I'm not very good at replying to replies, though. I do apologize. I do absolutely genuinely apologize. Like, share, subscribe, and what else is there? Oh yeah, go and check out my Indiegogo. Where is it? So this is going to print this week, I hope, right? This week, 2 awesome comic books, Biblical, Bible Source, Ace the Creators, Rashness the Rogues, and by the way, I've been saying it's going to print for a while now. This time it really is, okay? I sent it to the printer. They said it could be a little bit better if you do one thing to it. It's just that one thing takes a lot of time, but I can't not do it because it's got to be as good as it can be, right? I can't put anything out as if it's not as good as it can be, which you'll see actually in the books, right? So I wrote and drew this one, 220 pages long. Bible source, Aces, Creators, Rashness and Rogues. Very, very biblically accurate, but not preachy. At least I don't think it's preachy in any way. And I think I get a say in the matter because I wrote and drew it. And I wrote this one, 105 pages long. The Imperium, a love letter to telefantasy of the 1960s. Basically, imagine Judge Dredd. That's the 3rd time I've done that in the last week. No, Judge Dredd is not in this. Doctor Who, James Bond. That's why, because I'm going to say James Bond. I'm just so used to saying Judge Dredd when I go J. I just assume I'm going to say James Bond, Doctor Who, Emma Peel, Monkey in a Spacesuit, and a Black Sabbath from 2001. Bit of Prisoner, bit of Thunderbird. Dude, it's freaking awesome. Dominic Ratchet did the art. He did the art on all the extras. Noble Savages over here. It's a poster and a whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, I don't know when this is going offline. Whenever I get these tweaks finished, and the printer said we're printing, right? They give me a print date. That's the cutoff. So if you want the extras, go. Or if you want the actual books, if you want it, go get it now, mate. Go get it now. Link in the video notes. Thank you very much. Thank you for your consideration. By the way, I should actually say thank you very much for that. So anyway, Suicide Squad. Yeah, fun movie, right? And that's all it is, a fun movie. Not lecturing me, not wagging a finger at me, not giving a really poor allegory about immigration or oppression. Just a fun freaking movie. So this is a semi-sequel, semi-reboot from the first one where they liked a bunch of stuff apart from the actual movie, right? So I think the problem with the original version is it became a victim of the, Hollywood suit sausage factory of Doom. The same people that re-edited it also re-edited Justice League, and we saw where that went. So yeah, hashtag release the airs cut. So the first half hour of that first movie, freaking brilliant. I love the Batman in the Joker. I think the Joker looked better than was actually we saw, but the whole look of it was fantastic. Obviously Margot Harley Quinn was a standout. But yeah, after that first half hour, it just fell apart. It just totally fell apart. And you can just see idiot suits coming in and trying to justify themselves to themselves more than anything else, and putting in these stupid notes, which derailed the movie, which basically happened. So anyway, it was reasonably successful, and James Gunn was looking for a job as he just got booted from Disney because cancel culture for once came for him in a weird way, and I just think cancel culture should stop coming for all of us. And so we're all kind of enthused about this movie. I think James Gunn, bit of a douchebag on Twitter. We obviously have very, very different political outlooks and ideological outlooks. Man can make a movie, okay? The man can make a good movie. Same thing with Mel Gibson. Probably doesn't like the Jews much. Man can make a good movie, okay? And this to be sure is a good movie. It's a movie now. Is it better than Is it better than some of its parts? Because its parts are just fantastic. Some parts are just cinematic wonderfulness. And that's something I really want to say about this. I think the reason this movie is superior to the first one is because it doesn't feel there was that much interference in the filmmaker's vision. This feels like a filmmaker made a movie, right? They said the studio said, we want to make a movie with these characters, this basic idea, with this franchise. What do you think? And they went away, wrote a script, came back, and it was essentially a movie with a beginning, middle, and end, a witty script, and a well-directed script. So what can you ask for? 2021 is, again, it's not wagging its finger at you. The basic idea is Suicide Squad. Do you need to see the first movie to see this? Only to understand what the idea of the movie is. The idea of the movie is they get superheroes, they offer them 10 years, super villains, I should say, offer them 10 years off their sentence if they go on a suicidal mission. And there are quite a few of them don't make it through this movie. We've seen the trailers where there's just tons and tons and tons of huge stars. Yeah, they thin that crowd out pretty darn quick, right? And those stars are all pretty good. Michael Rooker is Michael Rooker, right? You expect Michael Rooker to be Michael Rooker, and he's in Michael Rooker. He delivers. Pete Davidson, very, very Pete Davidson-y. Where this movie really, I think, does well is that it's unabashedly not PG-13. There is insane violence, like insane comedic, Jeff Darrow-esque violence. You know Jeff Darrow, he did a book with Frank Miller called Hard Boiled, which is just as insane, detailed violence with faces blowing up left, right, and center. You got a lot of that in this, and again, it was just a crazy amount of fun with some incredible performances. Idris Elba, I would say, is the star of the movie, even though it's somewhat of an ensemble. Now, the only real criticism I'm going to give of Idris Elba isn't really of him at all. His character, what's the name of Bloodsport? His character Bloodsport is identical to Deadshot, to Will Smith's character, and equally played by a black guy, right? He has incredible marksman skills and is motivated by his daughter, like a protection for his daughter. It's clearly meant. The script was meant for this to be Will Smith. Would I preferred it with Will Smith? Probably, actually, yes. It would have made a bit more sense to me, even though Idris Elba is Idris Elba, one of the greatest living actors, and he is one of the greatest living actors, so you don't really notice it that badly, unless you think about the mechanics of the making it, and it would have worked, but it would have had more of an emotional resonance. It's kind of like in Star Trek 6. In Star Trek 6, they introduced a new character, Valaris, which was clearly meant to be Saavik, right? Who was directing it? Richard Meyer, or is that your boy Zach? I can't remember. He cast Kirstie Alley as Saavik in Star Trek 2. Then she was out, and Robert Curtis came in Star Trek 3. And that was basically gone. So to have Saavik again, they will probably have to recast her one more time. And they said, better make it another character. It would have been so much better if that was Saavik betraying them than Valaris or Valkyrie, whatever her freaking name was, right? Same thing here. It would have had a more emotional resonance if it was Will Smith. It was a Deadshot. Plus, I like Will Smith, right? He's very, very personal, very, very charming. Idris Elba, totally different. Idris Elba is Idris Elba, except his character is freaking identical. So this movie is really a movie of incredibly good performances. One I really want to talk about. Like, let me look at the guy's name. Daniel. I'm looking up in the IMDb. What's the guy's name again? Polka Dot Man is. Wow, I'm scrolling through. So I'm just going. Idris Elba's name. It's not in. Is it in appearance order? Here, let me do a search. We'll do a search. Do edit find poker. Poker. Where'd you go? Hello? No? I found Ratcatcher 2. It was the next person I'm going to talk to. It's Daniela Melcher. Oh, here we go. Polka. I'm spelling polka dot wrong. That's why I got it wrong. This is David Dachmal Chayan. David Dachmal Chayan. Now, I really like this actor, even though I can't pronounce his name. He's a really, really interesting actor. They bring him in a lot to play psychopathic killers. I think he was a psychopathic murderer, a crazy person in the TV show Happy. I first saw him playing a Jewish stand-up comedian whose wife sleeps with Don Draper in the first or second season of Mad Men. Really good actor. I really like him. So he plays Polka Dot Man in this, and like most of the characters in this, you really shouldn't care about them. Like, you really shouldn't give a damn about them. You end up really loving these people, which is just a testament, I think, to James Gunn's skill as a storyteller. Because again, these characters they're supposed to be the bad guys, right? Supposed to be the other standout I just mentioned was Daniela Melchior. Now, I may have seen her before, may have not seen her before. She plays a Ratcatcher. Really interesting villain who has this crazy control of rats, and there's a CGI rat throughout the movie, and it's brilliant. I just love this character. Again, James Gunn has a real affinity for your smaller mammals. We saw it with what's his name, with Rocket Raccoon and Guardians of the Galaxy. The rats in this are absolutely on the same level, and it's again a really fun, comedic, sweet performance. There's a lot of stuff that's really feels like a family. Another criticism I'm going to level at it is Peter Capaldi. Peter Capaldi, great actor, so wasted in this role. So wasted in this role completely. Now, he plays the Thinker. I only know the Thinker from the Flash TV show. That's probably one of the last seasons I saw. This character isn't much of a thinker, right? This character's a bit he's taken prisoner pretty darn easily without much thought going into it, and he's not able to think his way out of it, right? I don't understand what his powers were other than having things put in his head. It was a real disappointment because I thought Capaldi was going to be an absolute standout in this, and really still the show. Stealing the show, however, Sylvester Stallone as King Shark. And what was he on set? And was this all motion capture? Because again, King Shark, you end up falling in love with him. King Shark is this thing that he likes to eat everything, and he goes to eat one of our heroes at one point, which is one of our heroes keeps falling asleep, and there's some weird plot point with that, and I don't really understand what it was, but they keep falling asleep for some reason, and there's a real heart-wrenching moment when they like, well, why are you trying to eat this person? He says, because I want num-nums or whatever. And they say, but if we're friends, you don't have to eat us. I said, we friend now? And it's just so sweet, right? A little bit later on, King Shark discovers an aquarium, and just a really beautiful sequence. These brightly coloured aquatic animals, I don't think they're fish, seem to form an affinity with them. Just an absolute beautiful scene. Real absolute standout though is Margot Robbie. This is Margot Robbie's best performance as Harley Quinn. Absolutely perfect, right? Absolutely perfect. And I really wish everybody else in Hollywood would take note. Why is she so incredibly successful in this role? It's because she's powerful in of herself. It's a powerful performance in of itself, and she's a damaged character. A lot of the times these Hollywood crazy people will not show anybody as being flawed in any way if they're on the progressive stack. And I want to ask you, when has very, very beautiful college educated blonde women ever been an oppressed group? They seem to be the most privileged group in the history of our species, right? So I understand why anybody would think they're oppressed, and why would anybody think they're oppressed when they see Margot Robbie's take on Harley Quinn here. There is a fantastic sequence, and I say fantastic beyond fantastic, when Harley Quinn goes on a psychopathic spree. But you see it all from her point of view, and like all these blood spatter, it goes on for a long time. And be sure, this is a violent movie, right? This is a violent movie. It goes on for a long time, but you see it all from her point of view, and all the blood splatters are like these like cartoon hearts and like flowers. It's wonderful. It's what, and she's fan-freaking-tastic at it. She looks great, she moves great, she acts great, and essentially, she's ends up being one of the major. Like the I don't want to say it without spoiling it. She ends up having a major role to play in this movie. Viola Davis, also great, playing what's the name of the character again? Viola Davis playing was it Amanda Waller. You get to see how evil and dirty she is. She is the villain of the movie very, very clearly. And as spoiled in the trailers, they do end up facing off against a kind of friendly-looking kaiju fish, kaiju starfish at the end. And again, you end up feeling so much empathy for this freaking kaiju fish as he stomps across the city Corto Maltese. It's Corto Maltese. Corto Maltese was the island in Dark Knight Returns where they fired a nuclear missile or something, and Superman deflected it. I guess Corto Maltese has been in other DC lore before. And listen, there is a lot of deep diving into DC lore. None less so than was it Peacemaker, played by John Cena. Now, I don't know if I just find John Cena so incredibly objectionable because of his knee bending to China. If you don't know the story, he mentioned the name Taiwan saying, calling Taiwan a country, and then he put out an apology in Chinese. Like, I'm not like, go and look on YouTube. It's like, like in Chinese saying, we mustn't embarrass the Chinese people or the Chinese government. Like, such incredible communist cocksucking I've never seen in my life. I maybe not like him at all. And now they're doing a spin-off with him, and he's not a likable character in it. You're kind of happy about what happens to him, and then you're not really happy with a post-credit scene. I'm not interested. I am not interested in a show centering around him. What other performances were there of merit? Because again, this is a show, a movie of performances. Jai, what's his name? Jai, I can't remember. Shows up as Jai Courtney shows up as Captain Boomerang again. Again, really good scene. Great cameo, Taika Waititi. Another arsehole, another douchebag who's an incredibly good filmmaker, plays Ratcatcher's father, and it's very, very sweet. It's actually very, very sweet. Nathan Fillion plays TDK, which is stands for the detachable kid, and he has the ability to have his arms fly off and slap people. It's just like really lame superheroes doing lame stuff. Just in general, I found a lot of fun. I like the Weasel, basically a CGI character. Again, there's a lot of furry mammals in this, doing furry mammal stuff. There's a great scene where you have kind of a Suicide Squad B team trying to save somebody and causing an absolute disaster without realizing it's being a disaster. And it's a very, very well put together balletic comedy scene. Again, this movie's a recommend. It's fun. It is just simply fun. Not trying to tell you what to think, which, thank you for that. Thank you for just assuming we can think for ourselves, which is something so rare. Assuming we can think for ourselves and putting out an entertaining cinematic experience, which is what this was. So therefore, I say it's worth your $15 to HBO Max. HBO Max, this Justice League, I think they're knocking it out of the park. I really do. I love that they're dropping their entire catalog onto HBO Max. For me, it's really, really convenient. And it's interesting because you can really see if a movie is any good or not with this format. Because, Black Widow, Wonder Woman, 1984, everybody knew they were a joke straight away. Everybody knew they were like, and there was a massive drop-off. This, I think, is going to grow. This, for example, I saw it on TV. I want to go to the cinema to see it now, right? That's the mark of a good movie. And this is why they don't want this to happen, because there's no hypnosis left anymore. They can't say, hey, it's the greatest thing ever, and then be able to get to the cinema and you walk out feeling dissatisfied. No, those days are over, which is great for the consumer. And again, this is something I would recommend you consume. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.